GoPro, the Insta360 in my hand. It's not the best spot. I've got to try and get it into my leg when I can. But just flying a 26 metre Moustache Flare. It's a bigger wing, but it's really easy flying, just relaxing. I'm going to try and get this camera where I need it. Just need a bit of to do something with it. Hopefully the mic's working alright. I'm just using the AI mini mic. Bit of a turn here, and you won't be able to see that from the normal camera. Okay. It's now sitting reasonable. Alright, now we're flying. Yeah, so it's quite an enjoyable sport. I've got a bit of a bung leg, so I can't really run, but this thing allows me, paragliding allows me to get my adventures in without having to use my legs. And as long as I stay close to the ridge, I'm doing okay. You sort of get used to judging where you are and what the wind wants to do. So I got my mate Tim, he's flying a Dudek touch wing. These are parakites. The one I'm on's a parakite and his is a parakite. He's just launching in front of the camera now, and he's using a smaller one. I think he's on a 22 metre one. He's a few kilos lighter than me, so he can get away with it. I'm going to get real close to this camera so you'll see me just zip past in a second. Whoosh. There we go. Being your wingtips close to the hill again. That's probably one of the hardest things you'll learn to do when you first start in this sport, is just trying to stay close to the hill. Now I don't know the range of this, the DI microphone, mini mic. As you can see, I just drift back a bit of a turn, look where I'm going, drop the wing back towards the hill, and that right hand side's now getting a lot of lift from that uphill wind. So if I put my hands all the way up, I go fast, and if I pull them down, I lift and I go slow. So I can fly really slow like this by just putting a bit more brake on. The good thing about these parakites is they're able to have a full range of movement. So I'll just dip down now in front of this camera. There we go. So the ideal is a little bit here. You'll notice my downwind leg is a little bit faster. Yeah, it is a little bit faster this way, so that indicates there's a slight crosswind. You can see how close I can get to these grassy stuff here. Again, I've got full control of where I am on the hill. I've got no motor on the back. It's silent. I can just hear the wind in the helmet that I'm wearing. What you'd get on the mountain driving down a hill. What's my speed? I don't know. I reckon it'll be 45 k's an hour, 40 k's an hour. So what's really exciting about this is that you can get really low to the ground. You can sort of just miss stuff, you know, and if you do hit something, it's not high speed like a motorbike, you know, it's fairly low speed a lot of the time. Pull the brakes a little bit, it slows me down and drifts me closer to the hill, to where more lift is. So that's the goal. And my mate Tim's just on takeoff there. He's got his Insta360 camera mounted off his belly button. I might see if I can just rub my wingtip on his and see what he reckons. Bit of a rub there. The wind's only just started to swing back in the direction we wanted. All day today it's been too much south. It's been really too hard to get out here because the wind's been the wrong direction. Well, that one was close. There we go. How to get into the sport. I have discussed this before on other channels, on other videos I've run on my channel. And yeah, so got to do a paragliding license course. You'll have to find someone in Australia that's got a licensed course that can instruct you to become an pilot, paragliding pilot. And once you've got that, you'll then practice a while, get better at it. And these wings I'm flying here again are called Parakite. And once you, I reckon, a year and a half, you'd have your license enough to be able to fly one of these. These are the way to go. They're a lot more fun. The difference between this one, a Parakite, and a paraglider is the way the brake lines and lines all operate. Okay, these things do the whole wing in one, where a paraglider will just run the brake toggles off the rear of the kite. So these are a lot more performance. A paraglider, you need to have your lines fully down to flare, all the way down to your, as low as you can go. And you got to then use a speed bar which pulls your nose lines down further to create the angle. But I've got all that movement in. You've got to know what you're doing. You're a bit closer to terrain, but hopefully soon the regulations might change that someone can start directly on one of these. If you want to know how to get into it more, or come and watch, or whatever, give me a message and come and hang out for a day. You can see what sort of wings are, see the prices of them. I don't sell them, much they all are. I get a bit low here. I might be able to recover that. Let's head closer to the hill. There we go, and we got away with that. No dramas if I didn't. I just go and land down there on the beach and walk back up and take off again. So I can't really describe how I'm using my hands here to maneuver where I am. It's feel. I'm sort of feeling it. It just happens naturally. I pull my right hand toggle down, it turns to the right. I pull my left one down, it turns to the left. I pull both down, I go up. I let them up, I go down. It's like you're driving a car, you sort of happens. You miss that speed hump, you miss that pothole, you stay in your lane. It's all happening naturally, and that's sort of what happens with this paragliding game. Well, you'll just notice that I just take one or two steps forward and I'm off the hill. I need a bit of wind in order for allow me to get away with that because of my injury. My spinal injury was not from paragliding, I can assure you that. But yeah, it's a risky sport. People die. But you only live once. Well, enjoy yourself. I just love how close you can get to the hills. So that was a lot of lift there. So the bigger, see, I'm on a small sand dune here, the lift isn't as good. Where as I get closer to some of the big hills, there's more cup-shaped hill that's sucking the wind up. Oh, so yeah, I got my little camera, the camera I'm flying towards now, it's just my phone. It's a Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, and I've got the DJI mini mic plugged into that. It's transmitting wirelessly from the little microphone I've got tucked away in my helmet, and it's hopefully picking up the signal. It should work because I know on watching some YouTube reviews on the DJI mini mic that it has a good range. So if this is all working every length I go, I'm probably going 100 meters, 150 meters either side of. Just I'll show you how slow I can fly here. See that? And away I go. I think my mate Tim's got to head off soon. He's got work to do. No, Tim is still getting his glider set up. So I'm looking out at the ocean there, and the general rule is that if you're seeing white caps, it's around 15 knots. Alright, I'm just going to fly close to Tim, probably fly behind him just for something different. Tim's listening to music. He's got a little speaker on him, Bluetooth speaker. He listens to some odd music, sort of doof music. Probably gets him going a bit, but I'd rather nice, relaxing country music, Metallica, depending on my mood. Whee! Oh, I didn't see Tim coming this way. That was my fault. Anyway, he turned on me and he avoided, which is good. We would have got away with it. We would have. I would have went further out to the beach. I might just turn now, just so he knows he can come back. So being able to turn where I just turned there on a very small sand dune, that shows you that the speed of the wind is really strong, and the angle of the wind is great, coming in 90 degrees to the hill. There you go. See, I went out to the ocean a bit there, give Tim a bit of room. He's on a smaller wing there, so generally we like to give the priority to the smaller wing because they don't have as much lift. He's on a 22 metre, I'm on a 26, so that's an extra 4 metres of surface area that I've got that he doesn't, and that allows me to get away with more. There's a guy right up the very end there, he's flying a normal paraglider, and he was able to launch from where we are here, and he flew all the way south. That was a nice bit of lift. Such a nice day. Slightly cloudy. The wind's good. Everyone's happy. day, as long as you're able to penetrate, fly forward, you're okay. Just a slight forward penetration that I'm able to fly away from the hill, land on the beach, that's what you want. As soon as you start being neutral with your hands all the way up, so I've got a bit of brake on here, so if I put my hands up, I'm able to fly forward easy. So with energy, here you go, see my hands are all the way up, I'm able to pull down with my hands and go up. So full speed allows me to pull up. Talk about rotor. So when the wind goes over these big hills, down the bottom side of it, it gets what's called a rotor, and it's really yucky air. But because our wings are quite high above us, they're actually quite high out of the rotor for this type of hill. Alright, so I'm probably going to try and land where the camera is. No, I won't. I might just land where Tim is. So I'm just going to come in like this. I might land on the hill here. And that's it.